So, good afternoon, everyone. I am Vincent Legros. I am a Market and Event Officer at Mercator Ocean International. And this is the second session of today. We are in the Problem Solvers workshop. This morning was the Problem Setter workshop. So, I just introduced the agenda of this afternoon session. So we will begin by a workshop introduction with Antigone Molodanov from the MIT Enterprise Forum in Greece and Fabrice Messal from Mercator Ocean International. After, Tina Silovic from Mercator will give you an overview of the Copernicus Marine Service. Roman Zufik will go on with a presentation concerning support to downstream companies. Then we will have a Q&A session. We will do a breakout room session. I will explain you how it works further on. And we will do a debrief session. Okay, so I give you some guidelines concerning the Q&A. So how to ask a question. So you have chat box bottom right of your screen, where you can simply ask your question whenever you need to ask a question. Okay, and don't forget the question mark. Concerning the breakout room, it's quite important. 1 second. Yeah. Concerning the breakout room, we will set up 2 rooms where the participant can split between these 2 rooms and go to the room of their choice. So we will have room 1, aquaculture and fisheries and coastal management, and room 2, maritime navigation and renewable energy. So during the session, I will ask to each participant in which room they want to be assigned. And when it will come the breakout room session, I will assign you to the room of your choice. Okay? This breakout room session will enable you to discuss directly with the problem solvers managers. And you will be able to open your microphone, to open your camera, and to discuss with the problem solvers. So let's begin by the workshop introduction and give the floor to Antigone Molodanov, Executive Director of the MIT Enterprise Forum Greece, for the welcome introduction. Thank you and have a good session.
Thank you, Vincent. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Marine Data Challenge workshop we co-organize with the Mercator Ocean. As Vincent already mentioned, this is part 2, focusing on the problem solvers. Let me briefly introduce you to MIT Enterprise Forum Greece, a non-profit association. We design and implement high-quality programs to support technology entrepreneurs in Southern Europe. We bring together large corporations with innovative technology ecosystems, and so we create synergies. There are many ways to do so, and one of those is the so-called incentive prize competition. With this way, we help companies to solve specific challenges by inviting members of the innovation ecosystem, such as startuppers, entrepreneurs, and researchers, to come up with original solutions. For the large majority of engineers and scientists who sometimes have no previous business experience, it's undoubtedly more challenging to find an exciting problem and then an innovative solution to that problem. It is far more easier to develop an innovative solution to a challenge already stated by a company. So, we designed the Marine Data Challenge together with the Mercator Ocean to invite the brightest mind to generate the most groundbreaking and impactful solutions for the ocean and blue economy. Earlier today, we had a workshop to help organizations learn how to state such challenges. This workshop is all about the data Mercator Ocean has to offer and help you to find the solutions. There will be, of course, more events to come to help you get exposed to real challenges and give you the opportunity to develop amazing solutions. Let me now welcome the Mercator team to unfold the structure of this amazing workshop.
We can hear you, Vincent.
Do you hear me?
Yes.
So sorry about that. So I give the floor, Fabrice, to go on with the workshop introduction. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Vincent. Thank you, Antigone, for this introduction. So my name is Fabrice Messal. I work at Mercator Ocean International. I'm responsible of the capacity development team. I will briefly introduce the main topic we will go through this afternoon. And Antigone said already a lot of things about the Marine Data Challenge, but again, it was a way to bridge the gap between the end users' needs and the downstream users, and it's the first time we try to do that. We imagine with the MITEF this kind of event as a sort of hackathon for professional, with a problem setter on one side who have a problem challenge to tackle, and on the other side, downstream companies, solution developers who can bring their capacities to solve these challenges. So we designed this event like this around 4 blue markets with marine food, coastal service and tourism, marine navigation, and marine renewable energy. Today we will try to split the group in two, with marine food and coastal service tourism on the one breakout room, and marine navigation and marine renewable energy on the other room. As we already present, so this morning was the first workshop dedicated for the problem setter in order to help them to describe and edit and rephrase their problems. And this afternoon is dedicated for problem solver. And our main concern is to know exactly what are your needs as problem solution developers in terms of data access or products or support to help you in your activity to develop marine solutions. So this is a new approach now we try to make with these 2 workshops, problem setter on one side and problem solver on the other side, and we will have a final webinar in November in order to merge ideas to confront problem setter challenges with solution developers solutions, and to increase your network and to help you to find how to bridge the gap with between the problem setter and the problem solver. So today, the objectives of this workshop is to give you an overview of the Copernicus Marine Service, and I hope you will find relevant solution in your daily job activities, and to understand that the Copernicus Marine Service, which is a European service, is defined as a user-driven approach. So it's very important for us to communicate with you, to exchange with you, to collect the needs, the requirements in order to improve the service. And you will find, and you will see the Copernicus Marine Service is not only providing data or marine products, but also support, training, e-learning material, etc. So we propose you to, during the breakout room, to express your needs as solution developers in terms of data access, product variables, and support, and to follow the next improvements of the service. So this is the agenda for today. You will have a presentation of the Copernicus Marine Service with Tina, and then a presentation of how we we try to support developers, downstream companies with Roman. Then we will have 10 minutes of question and answer session about the two presentations. And then we will split the group in two breakout room sessions, aquaculture, fisheries, coastal management, room 1, marine navigation and renewable energy, room 2. So don't hesitate in the chat to indicate which room you want to move on. And at the end, we will try to make a quick debrief session. It will be complicated because in 10 minutes, I'm not sure we're going to express all the outcomes of the two breakout rooms, but we will try to do something. And we will give you a new rendezvous for the final webinar at the end. So now I'll let the floor to Tina for the presentation of the Copernicus Marine Service. Thank you very much.
Hello, everyone. So my name is Tina Šilović, and I work as a Market Development Officer at Mercator Ocean International. Next slide, please. So today I'm going to give you the short overview of the Copernicus Marine service. So Copernicus Marine is a part of the much bigger initiative called Copernicus, for which you probably all heard. And Mercator Ocean International is entitled to be implementer of such service and such data, which means to have all this free and open data access at one point. And it does the similar job as other entities are doing for other parts of Copernicus service, which is atmosphere monitoring, land monitoring, climate change, emergency, and security. Next slide. So the main point about Copernicus Marine Service is that it has a one access point. So the whole service you can access at its website, which is copernicusmarine.eu. It's a basically online catalog of 300, more than 300 scientifically qualified products. And as Roman is going to explain a bit more and further, it's a user-driven service, which means that through different tools and actions, we are trying to make this service better and better. And also we are trying to increase the user uptake to have more and more users. The basic point is that the whole data is open and free, so you just need to register to access the data and to download the data, or either visualize it by using My Ocean Viewer tool. Next slide, please. So in total, Copernicus Marine portfolio, we have this, we call them essential marine variables that are divided in 3 different topics: blue ocean, white ocean, and green ocean. So we don't have particular products that are dedicated to particular market or particular service, but any variable that is within blue or white or green ocean can be found. Sorry, back, please. Slide back, please. Can be found at the same place, and the type of the data that exists are observation in terms of in situ and satellite data, but also you can have models. So the whole data exists for multi-years, meaning there are time series that go back to 45 years in past. There are real-time data covering daily, weekly, hourly, monthly type of data, and forecast up to 10 days. And the whole data exists in geographical point of view for the global ocean, Arctic Ocean, Baltic Sea, Mediterranean Sea, Black Sea, and so on. Next slide. So to define a bit more further blue, white, and green ocean, so in blue ocean, variables that come there are all that are describing the physics of the ocean, meaning currents, temperature, waves, sea level. In white ocean is everything about ice, and green ocean would be biogeochemistry. So that includes CO2 or pH, nutrients, oxygen, and everything about biology, meaning plankton biomass, and primary production and chlorophyll. So with the next slide, we can see a bit more in further what kind of variables are placed in each one of these topics. But basically, each one of these variables has additional sub-variables and subdivisions, and any of them can be used depending on your needs for different time frame and different spatial resolution. And obviously, you can combine them in developing your downstream service as you please. Next slide, please. So all these products can be accessed on the web portal. So if you go to Copernicus Marine website and look for the products page, in the search option you can filter by different sector, or you can filter by a different variable, or you can filter by different geographic point of view, and here you can explore which product would suit best your needs. And obviously, you can download the data whenever you want. Next slide. The other option is like before downloading or after downloading the data, you can also use My Ocean Viewer. So this is our visualization tools that has 3 different levels of use. So you can use it either as a light version where you can just explore quickly about key variables, or you can visualize products and parts of the products into My Ocean Pro. So basically, from this point, you can see whether you would figure out some data as needed, and then you can download it afterwards. Next slide, please. So this is just an example how My Ocean Viewer looks like. So you can add different layers. You can also decide what kind of color map you would use, and you can add different layers at the same time, and then you can exclude the one that you don't like. And on the bottom, you can see also you can switch from one part of the year or a month to another. And also for some data, there are like different depth levels that exist, because as I mentioned before, the data that exists for many products are satellite or also in situ data. Next slide. Copernicus Marine also is trying to support different markets and also different environmental policies that are coming from member states of European Union. So these are the 12 markets that we defined as the topics. Today we are just going to focus on the last 4. So it's as we said, aquaculture and fisheries, but here we define it as marine food. We are also going to focus on coastal services or coastal management, marine navigation, and natural resources and energy. So you're going to find a bit more about this after you decide in which breakout room you want to go. Next slide, please. So this is one example. I'm going to go quickly through the just ideas that you might have according to the different market, what kind of variables you might need. So in terms of marine food, Copernicus Marine Service supports aquaculture farms. In that term, meaning where you want to place the farm, because there are a lot of variables that you need to explore for that, but also not only on the placement and operational point of view, but also on the maintenance, because during the maintaining of the aquaculture farm, you also need to consider the different conditions that are present in the ocean, whether there are like some waves or storms, so you can mitigate and be prepared for moving of the cages. Or sometimes you have some environmental things happening, like harmful algal blooms, so you want to also move the cages or move the fish for a while, or place the mussels, if mussels are in the case, to a pool, so they can filter the water out and be prepared for the market. So these are some of the variables that you might find interested for aquaculture: temperature, salinity, currents, oxygen, chlorophyll, and particularly some parts of the trophic chain, as phytoplankton or zooplankton or microplankton. Next slide, please. In terms of coastal services, Copernicus Marine Service provides high-resolution coastal models that can be applied to different topics, but they are supporting in general the coastal management, which also can include ocean currents as a variable needed, waves, temperature, salinity, and other parameters. Next slide, please. The other market that we are focused on today is also marine navigation. So that means that the data can support a safer and more ecological marine navigation, where one of the topics could be ship routing or optimizing the ports. And variables that might be harmful there are ocean currents, sea level, temperature, waves, salinity, and so on. Next slide, please. And the last slide is just to make to find an idea which variables could be useful in a natural resources and energy or marine renewable energy sector. So here, I mean, you can see that there are a lot of variables that are repeating among the sectors, that they can just be used in a different way in developing different kind of downstream application. But in general, when it comes to marine renewable energies, the two most useful or most common variables are waves and winds, but also ocean current, salinity, temperature, and other variables from the blue ocean topic could be really helpful. So with this, I'm going to end up my presentation and give a floor to Roman to explain you a bit more about downstream use and downstream. Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much, Tina. Thank you. So before Roman begins, I just want to remind you that we will have a Q&A session just after in the main room. So do not hesitate to ask your questions through the chat and add the question mark. And for participants who have not already made their choice concerning the breakout room, you can give me your answer in the chat. So now, Roman, it's up to you, and you will give a presentation of support to downstream companies. Thank you.
Thank you, Vincent. Thank you, Tina. Hello, everyone. So indeed, this presentation will be focused on how the Copernicus Marine Service is supporting its user, downstream companies, and developers. So if we go back to one of the previous slides, we can say that this supporting role is really aligned with our user-driven approach, which means that the evolution of the service takes into account the user requirements. But more concretely, what does it mean? It means that we evolved the service offer to respond to the user needs. And basically, this is an entire approach. So we are, the user are involved in the definition of the service evolution. We are monitoring and taking feedbacks from the users. We also have a champion user advisory group, which is helping us to develop our service in order to create fit-for-purpose products, so fit for every market like Tina has shown before. And basically, the user is involved throughout the entire designing of our offer. If you are interested to know a bit more about this, because I'm not going to go into too much detail, you can check on our website. These figures is full of links with full of detail on every step, so I invite you to do this. Then we consider ourselves like supporting the downstream users by providing a strong user support through the user corner. You can access to it on our website using the user corner here on the red box. You can see it. So we have multiple features to do that. So first of all, many tutorial video to guide the user to access the data, to download the data, use the data. And this is also available on our YouTube page. We also have a chat that is offering support. It's accessible at the bottom right on our website, accessible anytime. And you can also use the contact us on the user corner for the same things. We have a help center with numerous articles answering most of the common questions that you may have. So you can search for this article from the help center or directly from the chat. And this is forever growing. So if you don't find your question yet, your answer yet, just let us know, and probably this will be added later on. We also have learning material and events. We will get more into that just after. And we also have a collaborative forum to exchange with other users. So I also strongly recommend you to check this page on the website to have a complete view of all the supporting tools that are at your disposal, because I'm just naming a few. So then if we move on to what I call learning material and events, here is training and capacity development activities. So we have multiple things here again. So first of all, learning material, which is very accessible from the user corner, as you saw. And it's sorted out through different levels, subject and tools, so you may really find what you need. And it's basically meant to help users to access the product and give practical examples. So you will find Jupyter notebooks, GIS tutorials, other tutorial videos. We also have regular training sessions. They can have a regional focus or thematic focus, and they are accessible on our event page on the website. So they are mainly dedicated to new users, but also to not that new. And we give usually keys to access relevant data, but we can go further depending on the audience. And we have other various workshops and events are either organized by Copernicus Marine Service or with its partnership. These can be MOOCs, courses, hackathons. So for example, in 2023, we will have events dedicated to Africa continent, Asia, and America. And in 2022, it was mostly dedicated of region of Europe, so Arctic, Baltic, Mediterranean Sea. So then let me introduce you to the way we are really supporting downstream company at entrepreneurship. So this is a tailored program. It's not a new activity, it's just that it's new that we consider that as a tailored program. So let's first start with the journey. So this is a PDF. It was supposed to be full of animation, so you have everything straight away. Anyway, you have on the lines what we call the startup journey. So we have these 4 steps identified. Of course, a startup are not obliged to follow them one by one, but they represent the general path startup are taking before going into business. So detection, pre-incubation, incubation, and acceleration. And we are trying to be increasingly involved in every step of the way. So for example, on detection, we are organizing hackathons or participating into them. So we have organized the challenge for Africa, but in 2023, we will have a Wikio hackathon, and we support the Ocean Hackathon, Blue Cloud Hackathon, Ocean Sea Lab. And we are also supporting incubators and accelerator programs focused on the ocean, such as the TECA program, Ocean Hub Africa. And this list is really growing because it's quite a new activity. And what we can propose to them is really tailored content. So expert mentoring, Q&A session, demo, training exercise, or one-on-one meeting. It's really depending on the needs. And here it's our job to adapt ourselves to what is needed. Then I want to take a little bit of time to, to talk about your needs. So we will talk thoroughly of your needs in the breakout session. But at the moment, I want to introduce you to the Wikio platform. And for this, you need to know what you're looking for. So first of all, about the data, you have to know if you only need marine data from the Copernicus or marine data, atmosphere data, climate, land. If you do, you should just go to Wikio website. And if you only use marine data, you go to next step, question 2. Question 2 is like, do you need further computational resource, virtual environment, and everything? If you don't, you can still go through the Copernicus Marine Service website, and you can access all the data there, and it's easy and access everything. But in other cases, if you need further computational resource, you should just use Wikio. So now, a bit more about what is Wikio. Here again, I had an animation, but it's not a problem. So what is Wikio? DS stands for Data and Information Access Services. It's a cloud-based platform that facilitates and standardized access to data. Wikio provides actually a single access point to all the Copernicus data, as well as processing tools and user support. So what you can get from Wikio is this marine, atmospheric, climate, and land data of the Copernicus program. So it can be satellite observation data, in situ data, or model data, sorry. You can also have computational resourcing like the Jupyter Lab or cloud processing environments. Free trials are also available to test the computational resource and virtual machine that are later on a paying option. And APIs are also available to help you accessing the data. There is also a strong user support, and in the near future, there will be a marketplace to showcase the work you are doing with your community. So now you know all about the Copernicus Marine Service support, how it supports its user, from the driven approach to its user support to the various events it can organize. And now we know also about the Wikio cloud-based platform. So thank you very much. Now I think we are all here for your questions.
Thank you very much, Roman. Thank you for this presentation. So I invite Fabrice and Tina to open their camera, and I guess we can switch the Q&A session because there is no question through the chat, and I guess participants will have plenty of time to ask you questions during the breakout room session. So if you don't mind, we're gonna begin the breakout room session. For participants who have not made their choices already, through the chat, I give you the guidelines. So for room 1, it's concerning aquaculture and fisheries and coastal management. And for room 2, it will be maritime navigation and renewable energy. So I'm gonna drag people to the breakout rooms and enjoy this session with the solvers. Thank you.
So just before Vincent,
Yeah.
I will just add something about the breakout room session.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, during the breakout room session, we will introduce you some use cases about the different topics. Use cases about aquaculture, fisheries, coastal management, maritime navigation, renewable energies, to show you how other downstream companies are using our products to develop solutions. And then we will try to engage discussion with you to know more about you, your activity, your needs, your requirements. So don't hesitate to take this opportunity to exchange with us and to give us your feedback about the service, if you are already users, or if you want to use the service, the questions you might have. So see you in the breakout room.
Thank you, Fabrice. So I begin to drag the participant in the breakout room session. So Roman and Tina, room 1. Tina, room 1. Fabrice, room 2. Vero, room 2. Anna Maria Mancho is room 1. I have Guillermo, room 2. I have JN, room 2. I have Olaf, room 2. I have Konstantinos, room 1. I have Sam, room 2. I have Elpida, room 2. I have Ilias, room 1. I have Michael, room 1. I have Christos, room 2. I have Juan Rose, room 1. I have Elias, it's done, room 2. Okay. So for Andreas, Dimitris, Nicoletta, via Panagiota and Konstantinos, if you can give me your choice, please. Alors, Elias, okay. Yeah. So for people still in the main room, if you want to go, yeah, room 1 for Vaya. 1 second. Vaya, room 1. Okay. Dimitris and Panagiota, room 1. Dimitris, room 1. Panagiota, room 1. Okay. Okay. Nicoletta, room 2. Okay. Antigone, Andreas. And Andreas, maybe if you want to give me your choice through the chat, room 1 or 2. Okay. So Antigone and Konstantinos, if you don't mind, if you want to follow a breakout room session, give me your choice. Okay. So Antigone, room 1. Je vais là-dedans, il faut faire chier. Ah, ça va marcher là, si. Et Andreas Fotopoulos, just you reminding here. So if you want to make your choice between room 1 or room 2, room 1 is aquaculture and coastal, and room 2 will be about marine navigation and renewable energy. Ok. Bon, Andreas, je le mets là-dedans. Alors attends. Je vais mettre là. Voilà. Ok, on est bon. Là, je vais me mettre des trucs séchés. Ok.
Just us then. Tina, are you here?
Yes.
Oh, participants are coming, I think.
We were fast and like gone.
No, I don't know. Okay, it's coming.
So, okay, guys, I guess we are back in the main room. I don't know why I have such a ugly background, but anyway, yeah. So it's time for a small debrief. So I will invite the moderator of each breakout room just to make a slight summary of what have been talked in your room. So who wants to begin?
Room 1, please.
Give me 1 second. Solver workshop. I go to the right slides. Yeah. Yeah, we are listening to you, Fabrice.
No, it's not my room.
So it's 1 sec. Is this one? Yeah. So we begin by Roman. Yeah, girls first. Roman and Tina. So Tina and
you wanna
Roman.
start?
Yeah.
What was the atmosphere in room 1?
Very friendly.
Yeah.
People were talkative. We had a nice chat.
Okay.
And no, we had different type of. Our audience was quite diverse in terms of the type of profile, because we had some research, we have someone from a Greek administration, and we had one person who was a developer. So quite diverse, quite also diverse type of use and of the data and of the habit of using it and how often they are using it. So discussion were quite broad in that sense. Tina, do you want to?
No, I don't. I don't have much to add. Roman already said it all. So it was intimate atmosphere with quite broad expertise in people. So we will try to gather the ideas for the next workshop. But since they're coming from all parts of it, meaning end user, intermediate user, potential setter, potential solver. We kind of agreed that we are going to. It was hard for to combine everything all together. So we agreed to send a post survey that are going to fill up, and then we are going to gather from this some knowledge for the next how to organize the next workshop and fill up their needs.
But in a more general sense, we talked about pollution in the Mediterranean and in very localized places. So we talked about also of resolution, special resolution in the Mediterranean, but also of the global ocean. Someone mentioned, for example, Mauritius Island being in the global ocean and having not enough special resolution for dealing with coastal management, for example, for the coastal services. So this is some of the ideas that came up.
Thank
But
you.
the main
Thank you.
topic was pollution. Yeah.
Yeah, pollution.
Okay, guys. Thank you very much, Roman and Tina. So, Fabrice, if you want to summarize what have been told during your breakout session.
Yeah,
which is this one.
Yeah, in the room 2. So we talk essentially about marine navigation and also marine pollution with drift of oil spills. The main outcome from for example, marine navigation, we had this example of giants who want to adapt products for a specific tool for ship. So there is an issue to transform the format of the data. this is not so easy. So we have this discussion about the different format and how to adapt the Copernicus Marine Service product to the already installed tool on a ship. And then we had discussion about drift of the oil spill and how to complement the portfolio with new additional product like the maritime routes, the main maritime routes, the maritime traffic, which can be very useful for marine navigation, and to have all the data in a single access point, not only scientific data but also behavior data. I can say about the marine navigation. Yes, two interesting exchange with Guillermo and Giants in the room too.
Thank you, Fabrice. Thank you very much. So we are reaching the end of this session. I hope everyone enjoyed the session, and we try to make this online session a little bit different than basic Zoom Zoom session, and I hope you enjoy it. So next step, we will have a final webinar scheduled on 8 November. So where you will have it's actually open to all webinar, where we will have a training on Copernicus Marine Service data, and we will give you the outcome of these two sessions, which are the setters and the solver session, and we will try to promote the exchanges of view and ideas between setters and solution developers. So as soon as the webinar finished, you will receive a thank you email where you will be able to register to this final webinar. Thank you very much. Thank you, Tina. Thank you, Roman. Thank you, Veronique. In the attendees session, we are limited in terms of speakers. Sorry about that. And thank you again, Fabrice. And I hope to see you soon within roughly 1 month. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Vincent. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone, for the participation.